neither one's really in control. They're just kind of waiting to see what happens. And then here you can see that the bulls are not in control, right? Price went up to this point, but they didn't have enough strength or money or determination or anything else behind them, and they gave up. This is the How to Trade Stocks and Options podcast, brought to you by 10MinuteStockTrader.com, where we cover finance, stocks, options, entrepreneurship, education, and money. And here's your host, voted one of the top 100 people in finance, Christopher Ewell. If you're looking to create a bulletproof trading plan, then you need to get the Bullish Power Cheat Sheet. This holds the secrets that you've been looking for. You can get it completely for free at 10MinuteStockTrader.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and watch all of our past episodes. Good afternoon, traders. I don't know if the intro song came through right. It seemed like it glitched out for a moment. So hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you can see me. If you can, just type anything in the chat. Say hi. It looks like the internet's still working. So I'm going to assume that I'm good to go. So if you don't mind, please, over in the chat, say hi. Today was a cool day. I had the opportunity to start using the Outlier platform, which we'll talk about that more in the market analysis section. But it's going to give us some new ideas for new trades. And like I say, I just got access to it today. I'm not ready to make that part of our system quite yet, because some of these trades are counter trend, which is scary to me, I guess is an easy way to put it, because I've lost way more money than I'd like to admit to counter trend trading. But this is different because it uses their platform, their analysis, and their what is the word I'm thinking of? They've based it all on investor psychology. That's the word I'm thinking of. So, a little bit nerve-wracking there, but I'll show you what I did today and show you access behind the scenes to the platform. This is dev access, so this is not available to everybody. It's just available to us. But first, real quick, I have a funny story today. So, my spirit animal is Scrooge McDuck, and I have a Scrooge McDuck. Oh man, he's dripping right now. I have a Scrooge McDuck resin printed Funko Pop here on my desk in front of me because I'm a huge nerd and I 3D print stuff for fun. I could go out and buy it, but I'd rather 3D print it. Anyway, so this morning I had my iPad on my desk and I looked down on it and there was like a gloop of something, right? A drop of something on it. And I was like, what is this? So I looked down and I'm like, I have no idea what it is. And I touched it and it's steady. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I'm like, did my kids spill candy or something here? So I take it, I felt it was sticky. I put it on my tongue and I'm like, oh my God, that's resin, which is toxic. And I'm running to the kitchen sink and I'm retching into the sink. And I'm like, oh geez, I cannot believe I just poisoned myself. Thanks to Scrooge McDuck. But I don't understand. Dude is literally leaking out onto my desk right now. I need to go put him outside. I don't know if you can tell, he's literally about to drip again. But yeah, that was a crazy story this morning. Definitely not on topic, but it was weird and I thought I would share. So yeah, let's jump into our market analysis. We're going to go through the plan that I'm envisioning is we go through our regular schedule, time that's left over, we go through any outlier trades that are available and are on buy or sell points today. And then kind of get an idea of where this could go. Because, of course, this could increase the amount of time that we're trading. And I don't want to do that, as you know. But at the same time, these are new opportunities we need to be aware of. So let's take a look at the market analysis. All right, Yoren, I appreciate you chiming in there. Welcome to the 10-minute trading room. This is how to trade in only 10 minutes a day and exactly how to take the guesswork out of trading. And with our 10 minutes to freedom trading strategies, it always starts with the market. And we need a few key performance indicators, as I like to call it. We need to see the 10 over the 20 with price over the 50 on the SPY. And we do have that. The 10 is the blue line, the 20 is the black line, the 50 is the red line. As you see, all of that is pushing north. That's what we want to see. Looking at it, before I zoom out, looking at it right here, what you want to see is exactly this, where we don't have anything in front of it, right? No overhead supply, nobody waiting up here to sell. But the further you zoom out, of course, that's a different story, right? But we did crest this high point set on February 2nd, which is really great. And right now, it is still pushing north. So that's exactly what we want to see. Next, MMFI is at 51.98, 52. Man, this has been, I wouldn't call it our bane. I would call it our asset, really. In this sideways market, thanks to MMFI not participating, at least half of the stocks not being over their own 50-day moving average, we didn't trade. So I'm really stoked to finally see that come over. Now, as I mentioned in the Discord, FinClub is orange today, so it's still a transition day. But this was the biggest hurdle that we finally got. I mean, you can see how long it's been. It hasn't been over 50 since March 7th. March 6th, March 7th was the last time it was even over 50. So this is bullish. This is bearish. This is bullish, finally. But they don't have a confluence, right? We need a confluence of these market signals. So we're not in the market. We're waiting for valid setups. So that's going to be the end of regular 10-minute trading. Now, let's shift gears a little bit and go over to the Outlier platform. So this is their platform. This is the dev version. So you couldn't log in if you tried. And it looks pretty cool. What I wanted to showcase here are the watch list tab, and then you come to here and you'll see everything that has had their buy and sell signals and on what date that was on, right? So I was going through these and I'm like, okay, let's take a look at some of these. Now, a lot of these are not super liquid. The first one I saw that was liquid that I was excited about was apps. So let me show you real quick. The issue is that apps has earnings either today or tomorrow or something like that. And so I was like, I'm not going to be doing that one. But here is the platform, and here's how it works. The red area or pink area here is overall weakness to that stock or the market. Maybe it's the market. I can't remember exactly. I'll have to double check with them. It may be overall weakness to the market. Then in the green area are recovery zones, which you can see here. And then there are a few orange areas, and these are like, hey, we see something coming, but it hasn't really tripped the, what is the word I'm thinking of? Downside indicator. It literally says that on the screen, Chris. Downside indicator and recovery indicator. There you go. Downside indicator, recovery indicator. And then in the background, what you see here, this line that looks like a moving average, excuse me, that is an oscillator. And that oscillator gives the buy and sell signals. So if it's turning upward, that's a buy signal. If it's turning downward, that's a sell signal. As you can see how those correspond to those same points on the buy and sell. So this to me is freaking awesome. I love being able to see this. So going back, I went through many of these, and what I was looking for were bullish and bearish examples. So the bullish examples were CL and CPRT. So let's go through each one of those real quick, and I'll show you what I saw. No, CPRT and COF. That's what it was. CL is a sell signal. So COF, this is Capital One. Now, of course, banks have been brutalized lately, so I knew that this was going to be depressed. And I wanted to check this out, COF, because this is a little bit different from how we trade, right? Not all the moving averages are crossed over. In fact, this is still below its 200-day. What I wanted to see and pay attention to, because you've got, here's the thing. If you don't put money into it and just observe, realistically, you're not paying enough attention. But that's why I was like, I'm going to put some money behind it, and I'm going to basically follow my normal risk plan and see how it goes. So we've got COF here, Capital One Finance, and you can see the buy and sell signals. So here's a great example. So a buy signal on October 7th. Let me zoom out. We'll do it over here. Buy signal on October 7th. Here. Come on. All right, buy signal here. And then the sell signal came on November 10th, which, as you can see, the alignment here is not perfect because November 10th is 10. Actually at that peak right there. Look at that. So clearly that's a great trade, right? Let's say from roughly 94 to up to 115 before it gives a sell signal. And in theory, if you want to trade this both sides, you can, right? You can buy it when it's going up, sell it when it's coming down, kind of thing. And so looking back at this, I was like, here's the criteria I wanted to see. I wanted to see it above its 10 period, which it is right now, and trending upward, which it is somewhat right now. I mean, it's not in a great trend, but that was the plan. And so I was like, all right, let's take a little bit out of it. So like I say, follow the same risk plan as we always do. Next was CPRT. Open a new tab. And what I like about these is that if you look at it and you can get an idea, right, of if this is a buy signal, it says it was around 55.43. This is no, hang on October 7th, 56.66. The sell signal came on November 8th at 57.09. So small gain, right, almost flat. But then you'll find times where maybe this isn't a great example. What I wanted to show is that, like, even on a false signal, right, you get a buy and then it goes down, it generally keeps the amount of risk in check, right? For every buy signal, there's a sell signal, and vice versa. For every sell signal, there's a buy signal. So it really, realistically, is set up to be super, super easy to understand, which this is kind of an evolution beyond and above what FinClub is. But being able to graphically represent this, I think, is pretty freaking sweet. As you can see here, where we got in at COF at 99.33, CPRT 89.05 was where we got in, and then CL. Now, this one is, like I say, somewhat counter trend. I guess you could say all of them are somewhat counter trend. But same thing, right? Seeing the buy and sell signals, historically speaking, and then applying that to what we see today. But I want to make sure it was below its 10 period, just like for CPRT and COF. I want to make sure that both of those were above their 10 periods there. So, yeah, just trying something new. I am excited to share this with you. And of course, as we develop a trading plan around that, that will be part of the plan. What I believe I'll be doing, which is exactly what I did today, was just click through these quickly, look at the chart on TrendSpider, see if the chart reflects positive or negative momentum on the 10 period above or below, and then waiting for the sell signal to come along with that. But of course, keeping that risk in check, right? So if this turns around and works against me, I'm not going to let it work against me more than a half ATR. That's how it's going to go. Otherwise, I will let the sell signal dictate when I get out. So that's going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to it. I think this is going to be very useful for us, and especially on a day like a transition day today, I was able to find 3 trades. And in fact, I did mention those in the Discord for you to follow along if you choose to. So here's everything that I showed you earlier today. So if you choose to follow along in the Discord, by all means, go ahead. One thing I do like about the outlier is that these are not like day trades, right? These are medium term, intermediate term trades, right? So this is October 24th. This is December 8th. This is, oh, here's a great false signal right here. January 9th, 79 down to January 12th was 77. So it's only $2, right? Whereas you made way more than $2 when it was right. You only lost out $2 on the other side of it. But that's, part of trading. So that is the plan, and I am excited to bring that to you guys as part of the 10-minute trading room. So let's move into our final thoughts of the day. Oh, the music doesn't sound super good. I think I'm having internet connectivity issues today. Hopefully you can still see and hear. In fact, I'm going to cut the music because I would rather not be on than to be on and not very good. Okay, so I saw this from Steve Burns. Recently, I've been going through on Benzinga with Mitch, working on this book here, the Japanese Candlestick Charting Techniques. I'll tell you, this is, I don't know if y'all remember Kavan. This is something Kavan and I talked about way back when he first started, because he was telling me about how he was trying to learn all the candle names, and I just This is not something that ever interested me. However, I learned a lot through here, but this book could basically be summarized by this this graphic right here. So let's break it down. Who's in control? If it's a full candle ending on a high, the bulls are in control. And if it's a hammer candle like this, right? The sellers tried, but they couldn't keep prices down. Bulls are still in control. Here, you know, the bulls and bears both, when it's a spinning top like that, when the price is kind of in the middle, neither one's really in control. They're just kind of waiting to see what happens. And then here you can see that the bulls are not in control, right? Price went up to this point, but they didn't have enough strength or money or determination or anything else behind them, and they gave up. And the same thing on the other side, right? When the bears are in control, you want to see a big downside candle, or a candle with a long wick to the upside, and then the downward there. But one thing that I took away while studying these was this. Let me show you real quick. Imagine with me for a moment that this is a arrow. I'm trying to draw on here. I want to make sure that it comes through. Imagine this is an arrow, right? The arrow is pointing up because of the wick. So the bulls are still in control. Now the opposite end. The arrow is pointing down, so the bears are in control. Right? Does that make sense? Now let's do the opposite down here, right? You're looking at these. Hopefully you can see that blue. You can see the bears are in control here. Buyers showed their strength, but sellers outperformed them. And then the opposite's true right here. Imagine it's just like an arrow pointing the way. Sellers were in control, but buyers rejected them, and now it's a bullish candle. So it's not something that we trade on, but it is something that I like to look at, right? If you've got a bunch of candles where the wicks are really long, that's not a super strong sign for much of anything in the direction that you're looking at. So could potentially be showing reversals, and that's all that we're trying to identify with these is, are we having an issue coming up soon? Maybe, maybe not. So either way, that is the conclusion of today's 10-minute trading room. I did go a little long today, but remember, we have a new opportunity with these outlier trades coming up. So my plan with these is to look for a few things. A, I want to make sure that they're trending with the 10-period moving average. I'm not going to, I mean, if it's setting an all-time high, I just can't pull the trigger against that. But if it hit a high recently, here's a great example. If it hit a high recently and has turned around and is now below the 10 period and going downward, I could get on with that, especially if that's today the signal where it came in. And vice versa. If the market is, or if the stock is moving up above its 10 period, then I'm looking to go long when we can get those signals on the same day. So very excited about that. I think it's going to be really cool for us. And of course, the number one thing is always control your risk. No matter what, always control your risk. Have a fantastic afternoon. Oh, I prepared this and I forgot to do it. We're going to be closed, and I'm giving you plenty of advance notice. We're going to be closed for vacation June 12th through June 16th. So I'll be sure to remind you every single day so it's not a surprise while we're gone. Have a fantastic afternoon. Thank you so much for coming to today's 10-minute trading room, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Talk soon. Hey, by the way, don't forget, you need to get the Bullish Power cheat sheet, and it's totally free over at 10minutestocktrader.com.